Video journal entry 29, July 20th, 2025. I'm more than halfway through my break, and I feel like I haven't done much. I feel like that's made me realize I put like too much into this break, and I poured too much into wanting to make the most out of it and wanting to do so much, etc., that I ended up not doing much at all. And like the pressure of like having to do so much in a little time, and as well as like thinking about my break ending, I haven't really even done that much with it. And it just makes me think about how silly I was to like how much stress I put into it, and just thinking about what I should have done with that time. You know, I felt like a lot of stress, and it just seemed like it wasn't necessary because the time went, I did with it what I did with it, and that's it. And it also makes me think about how a month is like such a short time, you know? And it just felt like weird that I kind of put all this pressure on myself. It's almost like I kind of wanted to change my whole life around in a month, because I know I want a type of change in my life, and I know that I want to be closer to the life that I want to live. So I just kind of put all this pressure on myself, like I need to be like in a different space in a month. And it's like, well, a month, I guess a month is long and a month is short as well. You know, I think to myself too that I think to myself that like I feel like I need a break or I need to let go for a while. I need to let go of expectations and ambitions and dreams and things like that, because I feel like it's just too much on me these days. And I feel like I have so many expectations that just lead me to feel disappointed when they're not reached, you know? So I feel like maybe I should just kind of let go for a lot of things and just, you know, I don't want my life to just go to the wayside. I never want to be the one that just lets life rule them versus like taking a charge of your life. But I feel like right now, I don't know, I have to kind of just let things go for a while and see how that takes me or where that takes me. But I feel like it's that's such a hard thing to do, you know? I want to take a lot of risk. I just feel like risk seems so much more heavier today, but I guess risk will never feel good. It feels so heavy today because of the economy and the climate of our country, but it's like, if it's not one thing, it's another thing with risk, right? That's what risk is. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. The other thing too is like, I feel like I have this feeling, and I've talked about it before, but I think about what I want to do with this break, right? I was mentioning how like I wanted to travel, but at the same time I did it, and like I have this feeling of like I want to go away and live somewhere new in a different country, but at the same time I don't want to do that because I don't know if it's from a genuine place. Yes, I love travel, but I don't want to use it as a form of escapism, and I don't want to kind of run away from myself because, like, you know, your problems will follow you. No matter where you go, your problems follow you. I do think the environment is really important to people, and our spirits, our souls resonate with certain places with others. At the same time, though, I feel like you got to start building those building blocks wherever you are, right? You have to have that foundation wherever you are, because if you bring a faulty foundation to XYZ country, that foundation is still going to be faulty, you know? So I really want to just sit with and confront myself with whatever. I think really it's like confronting myself to do the things I need to do to get where I want to be, or at least try, you know, versus, you know, overstressing myself and then not doing the things I need to do. I don't know. So I don't want to like run away from myself, you know. I feel like what I need to do is like establish the creative projects and things that I want to work on, etc. I say etc. so much. That's like my filler word. I don't know when that became my filler word, but it did. But I do want to travel. I'm going to travel regardless, but I don't want to like use it as a way to escape. I want to like face myself. But at the same time though, I need to not be so strict. Like I'm strict with everything, you know. So I need to, I don't know, let a little loose. I just know that I shouldn't run away from myself. But alas, on another note, I'm reading this like manhwa, and it's about like the main theme is about trying to figure out how to love yourself and like receive, or how to love and receive love as a result of like not knowing how to because of like past traumas. And the story deals with it in the form of platonic relation, familial relations, and romantic relations. And it's a slow burn, and the slow burn has finally started to pay off. I love a good slow burn. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about the story. But I'm happy I stuck with it, and that it reminds me of like why I love a good slow burn. I love a good slow burn, that build up, and it hit. And when it finally hits, it hits. Yes, I love a slow burn. I know I love a slow burn because I like delayed gratification, so I think it makes sense for me to love slow burns. But last, I think my final thought. This is a quick one this week. My final thing, when my older brother moved out, I think I talked about like a while back, some months back, how my brother came back from like out the country and was staying for me for some time. And that's another thing that's making me think about how silly some of my worries and things are. Like, I was worried, like, I didn't know, like, I didn't want my space infringed on, I didn't want like people to feel entitled to my space and things like that. And I think that was one of the worries that I had at that time. And, when it was all said and done, like, he stayed with me, and it was, like, cool, it was fine, I was so worried about that. He stayed, and now eventually he's moved out, it's bittersweet, because I'm used to kind of seeing him every day, and, like, it became, like, a normal part of my life, to, like, see my brother and talk to him on a daily basis, so it's, like, bittersweet, but at the same time, it's, like, it's, like, a progression of, like, life, he's doing what he needs to do, but it makes me laugh, because that was another thing I was just so stressed about. And then everything just kind of, happened as it happened. And like a lot of things that I was worried about. I feel like I didn't have to worry about it because, one, I made sure I elicited certain boundaries. I spoke about certain boundaries, and like I was strict about certain boundaries. So that's why, one, I don't think it really turned out really like anything bad or anything like that. But I now realize I didn't have to even worry about things as much. So yeah, that's about it for this week. I don't know what next week will hold. I'm sad that my break is like coming to an end. I don't know what to do. Man. But yeah, that's it for this week. I'll see me next week. Bye.